As always, welcome back to another Sunday video. What is up, my realists? It's Stephen. As I'm taping this, I have about a week left into my country's lockdown, so hopefully it doesn't get extended like the last 3 times. But yes, I'm still praying that, this just disappears, but it's probably gonna take a while. So we're gonna get right on with the video, but before we get to that, I just want to say, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. That's Stephen Flores for Facebook, at Stephen Flores _IRL for Instagram, and at Stephen J Flores for Twitter. And as always, if you like this video and want to see more videos like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for me, will ya? So yeah, let's move on with the video. So I don't think I have ever told you guys about my experience on Broadway. I went to Broadway for the first time 5 years ago. I went to New York City for the first time 5 years ago. And it was a magical experience, and I thought, I've never done a Storytime video before, so I thought it'd be great if I could start one now. So yeah, that's what this video is gonna be about. If you're interested in learning where I got this shirt, for example, then keep on watching this video. So I went to New York City for the first time from March 30, 2015 to about, I want to say April 7 or 9 or something like that. It was part of a 1-month-long trip that my family took to the United States. As all of you know, or hopefully you know, I do not live in the United States, even though I sound like this. I only sound like this because I watch a crap ton of American television. But yeah, so the first time I was in New York City, it was from March 30 to April something, I can't remember, and it was one of the best trips I ever had. I love New York City so much. I remember like having a picnic in Central Park, and I was going around all the different stores in Times Square. The thing is though, as a tourist, I never really went outside Manhattan. I was kind of just in Manhattan, and next time I go to New York, I kind of want to explore the other part. I remember going to the Museum of Natural History, the Metropolitan Museum, the Met, the New York Museum of Modern Art, I think. That's where I saw the Van Gogh painting that I love so much, the Starry Starry Night. I didn't even know it was gonna be there. Like, I would just like walk through this exhibit, and there were like a crowd of people around this one painting. I was like, what is everybody looking at? And then, oh my god, it was Starry Starry Night. Like, I did not know it was there. And yeah, I remember eating pizza in Greenwich Village. I remember touring downtown, I think up downtown Manhattan, I think. I remember going to the Statue of Liberty. That was pretty cool, though I got seasick on the boat. I'm not really good at boats. But yeah, and then of course, you know me, I love theater, I love musicals. So, we originally planned to watch 4 shows while we were on Broadway. And then when we found out that there were really cheap tickets for this other show, we decided like on a whim, like let's just watch this other show too. So it ended up being 5 shows that I saw. We arrived at like March 30th night, and the first show I watched was, I think, March 31 at night. So it was a gala, and that was Kinky Boots, was my first ever Broadway show. So we went to the Al Hirschfield Theater, and there were like portraits all around. What really struck me is how small these theaters are. I did not expect, because like in the Philippines we have some pretty big theaters. These theaters are a lot smaller than I thought it would, like than I thought they would be. And that was just me, like I was really shocked. I was so giddy that I was gonna see my first Broadway show ever. I bought like a program and everything, and I was like keeping everybody's playbills because I wanted some for myself. And then we watched the show. The show is funny, I will give it that. The book is really hilarious, but the music is kinda, I don't know how to explain it. It's kinda, I think I've said this before in other videos, but it's kinda simplistic. It's really not that creative for me. And knowing that this beat Matilda for Best Musical, and I love Matilda as you can see, I thought it would be like really great, but like it was just okay. I forgot who the actors I saw were, but I don't remember any of them, so I don't think any of them were part of the original cast anymore. Probably not, because the original cast was like in 2012. Although I would have loved to see Stark Sanson, Billy Porter, and Annalay Ashford, but then no. We were in the balcony, I remember that, and I remember it being so steep. I don't know if you guys also have been to Broadway, but like everything is so, because everything is so cramped, everything is so steep, and also it amazes me that like while you're in the theater, like the theater is right beside the street, but I don't know why when you're in the theater you literally could not hear anything outside. It was kind of magical. So that was my experience on my first ever Broadway show. And then I remember, I think it was 2.5 days later, on a Wednesday matinee, we saw for the first time Les Miserables. And this was the Les Miserables revival cast that was put, like, it went back to Broadway because of the movie. And I know, like, I wasn't able to see, like, the original cast, except, I think, the only person from the original cast that was still there was Ramen Karimlo. And thank God he was in that performance. I wanted to see him so bad, but I didn't think he would play on a Wednesday matinee because I read somewhere that he plays every show except the Wednesday matinee. But he was there. I was like, oh my God, this is the best. So yeah, I saw Ramen Karimlo, you know, until that point I only saw him in the Phantom DVD and in the Les Mis DVD. So it was so awesome to get to see it live and to get to see Les Mis too, because it's like a show that like my parents really wanted me to watch ever since before, because like it really impacted their lives and it kind of impacted my life too. It's really different seeing it on stage. I'm like, wow, this is so good. Like, just to like hear I Dream the Dream, On My Own, One Day More, Do You Hear the People Sing, all of those songs live was just like another level of like great. It's safe to say I liked it a hell of a lot more than I liked Kinky Boots. And I actually saw this particular production of Les Miserables one more time when they went to Manila and I saw them there. But yeah, I will forever love this show. They did like everything so well. And yeah, you can never go wrong with Les Mis, like ever. Next up was the day after that. So this was Thursday night, I think? Yeah, so it was a Thursday night. That's when we decided to watch Matilda for the first time. Well, I love the show. It's one of my favorite shows ever, and I saw it again. I was blessed enough to see it again one more time a few weeks ago before all this lockdown and coronavirus stuff happened. So I finally got to see it in all its glory, like from the orchestra and everything. But when I was on Broadway, I saw it from like, I think they call it the lodge. You know, it's not the balcony, but it's the one like below that. But the thing was, the balcony part was like so big that it kind of blocked off the top half of the stage for us, so I didn't really get to see the full like Scrabble effect that they were trying to achieve. But nonetheless, I think like of the 3 shows I watched, this ended up being my favorite so far. It was so good. It was so like lively, and the songs were so good. Like, I mean, I knew some of the songs going into it because, you know, I listened to everything already, but like just to see them live, just to see like the scene where like they had the swings and they were swinging to When I Grow Up, or when they have the scooters in the finale and they're going everywhere, or when they do the alphabet song where they go from A to Z, or when they do Revolting Children, which by the way is I think that's my favorite song, or just to hear Naughty live. It's just amazing. But the thing was, you have to understand, at the time, Manila and New York have about a 12-hour time difference, and that was the day I was really feeling the jet lag. So I kind of fell asleep in some parts, and I don't think you'd blame me, because like, I was like in and out of consciousness, and every time I'd hear a song I like, I'd suddenly get like, oh, okay, I'm gonna watch this. And then when it would be like there would be like a lull in the show, that I think I slept for like 2 minutes, and for me like that sucks because I wanted to get everything, but I ended up sleeping, but that's okay. And then on the Saturday, oh no, okay, and then the following Sunday, I want to say Sunday, I think, that's when we did our spontaneous show. So we realized we had like a lot of free time that Sunday, so we started to look at matinees we can watch, and we used the Daytix to get tickets, which I highly recommend. This is not sponsored by them in any way, but I'm just saying I had a good experience with them because the tickets were like so cheap, so we decided to watch it. And the show we decided to watch, because it won Best Musical the year before, was A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. That show is one of the funniest things I have ever seen. The cast is so small, but it's still so funny, and the best part was we still saw Jefferson Mays when he was the lead guy. We weren't able to see Bryce. I think his name was Bryce. Is Bryce his name? I think so. But yeah, this was so funny. Like, all the songs were just hilarious, and like everything that would happen on stage was like it was just so funny. And we also had the best seats of any show we watched. Except for the last show I watched, but I'll explain that. We were in like the lodge, but we were like right in front. Like so there was nothing blocking us. It was so good. I mean, to think that we got those tickets probably at like half price of what we paid for the other ones. Like, we were just like, this was such a good deal. One of my biggest regrets though from going to Broadway is that I remember that Fun Home and Hamilton were already showing at the time. Hamilton wasn't on Broadway. I think it was in the Public Theater or something like that. And Fun Home was still on Broadway, and I regret not watching them. I really wanted to watch Fun Home, but then I wasn't sure. Like, I was still one of those people, like, if it didn't win Best Musical, I didn't want to waste money on it. And then it ended up winning Best Musical. But I ended up seeing Fun Home anyway about 4 years later when it came to Manila, and I still cried my eyes out. Hamilton, I have still yet to watch. I know that's kind of weird considering how much I talk about Hamilton on this channel. So my only savior right now is Disney Plus, but the Philippines does not have Disney Plus, so that's sad. And finally, the last show we watched, or I watched, was it was an off-Broadway show that used to be a Broadway show. I remember the theater being really small. Like, there were probably only like 400 seats inside. And I really wanted to watch this show because it's one of my favorite musical soundtracks of all time. And that is Avenue Q. And this show ended up being my favorite of all the ones I saw. It was so funny. It was so smartly written. It was like dealing with topics that like I was like going through as well at the time. Like, you know, trying to find your purpose and everything. And also it had some scenes that made me question like the limits people will go on Broadway. There was like full on puppet sex and it's just like wow. I thought I saw everything and then I saw that show. I thought the Book of Mormon was scandalous and then I saw that show. But yeah, so I just really love Avenue Q. That ended up being my favorite. And up to now, I think it's like in my top 10 musicals of all time. I remember just like loving it so much. And I think I bought the book. Like the book is somewhere in this room right now, but like it has the entire script in it because like I was just that obsessed. But yeah. And that ends my Broadway stories. I hope to go back soon because there are a lot of shows I want to watch while they're on Broadway. Like Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, Hadestown, Come From Away, you know, all of that. But I don't know when the next time I'll go to the States is. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But you best know I'm gonna be back. And yeah, that was my experience in New York City. Did you enjoy this story time? Do you want to hear more about like my theater experiences or whatever? Or maybe just like my travel experiences or whatever? If you want to hear about them, comment down below. Also, if you've been to Broadway, what are your favorite Broadway shows or what shows did you see while you went to Broadway? I want to hear about them too. Comment down below. And yes, I will see you guys on Sunday for our next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, click subscribe and the like button down there. My last video to my left and to my right and down description on my social media stuff. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Until next time, guys. See ya!